Hi, friends. And wow, March was quite the month, I would say. I definitely did not hit all of my goals, as you can see from my tending list, and that's okay. Um, I didn't even read 3 books. I was so ambitious at the beginning of March and had so much energy and optimism and excitement because spring was coming and I wanted to push myself. And I set high goals, high expectations, and now that we've finished out the month, I can say I've only really been on track with my finance goals, which I am still super proud of myself for, which is why I want to acknowledge, at least in my tending list, with some happy check marks to acknowledge the progress that I did make because any progress, little progress, is progress, no matter how we measure it. This month started out really strong, and I was in a really great place mentally, emotionally. I was super creative and really excited for everything that would unfold. And then the middle of the month came, and it just shook my world upside down. And I'm still processing, absorbing, and working through a lot of my own things, especially being a mixed race Asian woman living in America at this time. It's been hard to carry on with my life as if it's business as usual. It's been hard to show up fully for YouTube and creating videos, which is why I haven't been, and taking a break. And it's been hard to show up in my business. I've also found myself pouring my energy and time into work, into my day job, and focusing everything inside of me on work to kind of escape from reality and what was going on outside of work. And while it was like really awesome to feel motivated and focused and just in the zone while I was at work, I still recognize that it's not healthy to do that, to pour yourself into your work, into achievement, to one, escape reality, and two, make yourself feel better or feel worthy. So I am working through that. I am excited to take some days off from work, hopefully this month, since my birthday is at the end of April, and just try and find, time to do things that I enjoy. That is something moving into April I really want to cultivate is just more joy. I want to do more things that make me happy and spend less time worrying about things, watching the news, watching things that trigger me, and just focus on things that make me feel good. Okay, so as we do our month in review within our power sheets, there are a lot of good things that did happen this month. And as I sit here reflecting on it, it's been a really big month of healing for me, especially since I started therapy and all the work that I'm doing with my therapist has been really hard. Not gonna lie, it's so hard, but I know that that's part of the process to get to where I want to be and to heal a lot of my inner trauma and wounds. So it's really amazing to kind of see the progress I've made in just a month and to know I'm going to be going somewhere with this work. So let's congratulate and pat myself on the back for that. Also, since the weather is getting warmer gradually, I am getting outside more. George and I are going on walks, and we want to do that more often. And thinking of maybe getting bikes, and just we're really excited for spring and summer and just all of the outdoor activities that we want to do. So it's been really fun to have nice days and be able to get outside when we can. It's been really helpful for my mental health. Other small things we've been doing is just going grocery shopping at places that we don't normally go. There's this Asian market near us that we don't go there all the time. We like to go and make it a trip because it is a 30-minute drive from us and just kind of like stock up on things. They have like a little food court in there where we'll get food and we can just kind of make a trip out of it. So I'm like realizing as I'm reflecting and comparing the work that I've been doing in therapy, one thing I've been trying to work through is like, when do I feel the most, Asian and really in tune with my culture? And I realized, going to that Asian grocery store, eating Asian food, using chopsticks, those things make me feel really whole and like I'm connected to my culture. Something else we did in the month of March was we went to a shopping mall. And I haven't been to a mall since before the pandemic, and I've been really avoiding them to avoid crowds and everything. But we ended up going recently, and it made me feel so comforted. I have a weird soft spot for malls because they make me feel nostalgic. They make me feel like I'm connected with my mom. We would always go shopping together, and just being able to go browse, not have to buy anything, even trying on pants because pants don't fit me anymore. It was all so comforting and I really enjoyed it. One thing that I did want to do this month was to celebrate Women's History Month and particularly honor women of color and Black women, Indigenous women, and not just focus on the white women's perspective. And I signed up for this symposium, this virtual online symposium through my work, where it looked at women's activism from the 1820s to the 1920s. And I was really happy to see women of color and Black women participating in the talks, but also talks about Black women and Indigenous women. One talk in particular was about Native women's activism in the American anti-slavery movement, which was really interesting. A lot of Indigenous women were misrepresented. Their race were misrepresented in census counts, and they were just counted as Black. So it was really interesting to hear these different topics presented, and there was even one about friendship books or scrapbooks that a elite Black woman kept, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever because I love scrapbooks, and it was really interesting to see like Black women's friendship books and what friendship and relationships looked like for Black women. Another really random and fun thing that George and I did this month was we went to a baseball card shop. George recently got into collecting baseball cards, and I like baseball as a sport, but not really collecting cards, but I like tagging along to places anyway. So this place was near my hometown, and I've never been there, and George clearly never has been in there, but they had a lot of vintage cards, not just sports cards, but all kinds of different cards, like Marvel cards. They had board games. They had, Life magazines, a lot of ephemera and vintage things. So my like historian archivist heart was beating really fast. I was looking through some of these kids' records, and there's a lot of Mickey Mouse and Casper. So it was a really nostalgic place and a really fun, like quick pit stop to make while we were traveling to my parents. And yes, I finally got to see my family after I think it's been like 6 months, and my new baby niece. I finally met her. She's the cutest thing ever. So it was really nice to catch up with my family and hang out with my nieces and just, relax for the weekend. I really needed it. And that pretty much wraps up this month. It's been a roller coaster. It's been all over the place, and I'm just really excited to move into April, to be completely honest with you. New month, new me, got all those feelings going on, and I'm really excited that I'm feeling more motivated to get back into creating videos and just can't wait for warmer weather and sharing more of, my journey wherever my journey takes me. So thank you so much for watching this video. Leave me a comment down below and let me know how your month went and what you're most excited for as we move into April. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!